excavation services or storm drain line installation services in Burke. We currently have a property that has a backyard that has taken on the full brunt or load of stormwater for his neighbor's yards. As the water enters his backyard, it tends to pool pretty heavily right around this area, and from there it just, according to the owner, it doesn't necessarily mitigate too well or exit the property. So with that being said, we're going to propose one of two options: either digging for him so he can install his own pump or his own pipe in order to drive the water away from his property at his convenience and decision, or we install a storm drain system which would allow to pick up storm water in multiple locations, plus have a dump site near the property line. And how that would work is we would have a single line at the lowest point in this area of the property, which at this point in time it looks like it's right there, that cone. We install a storm retention pit, continue digging all the way to the next cone. We make that the second retention pit, continue to the next cone, make that the third retention pit. We then 45 to the right and continue towards the lowest spot of this section of the backyard, where we would create a dump site with gravel on the end of it. Everything would properly be bedded in a plastic tarp all the way through before we lay gravel all the way down. Then we would lay the pipe for storm water along with each individual retention pit. From there we would bury all that pipe in that gravel and then throw the dirt directly on top of it, tamp, seed, and straw, and that way we can restore integrity and prevent erosion. That would be a proper installation of a storm mitigation system for this backyard, which would allow for all of this water to just go away. A single pipe, even though it can be done, is not necessarily the most advisable option, for it would only handle this particular area, yet abandoning, since we're going to be there, the rest of the yard. Now moving on to the secondary side of the project, he also wants us to excavate and either install a rerouting of a downspout drain or excavate and expose a trench so he can install his own drain. This side of the property doesn't require all that much to be done. It would be advised to also pick up some retention pits every 30 feet or so, but if that's not the case and you just want to run one line for one continuous line all the way down, that would be just fine. We would just have to maneuver around these trees, which the bigger ones already have root systems established. I would strongly recommend that if we were going to dump in that area, we remove the smaller trees from the location, for their roots will become a strong threat for the system and destroy it in no more than 10 years. It's been done plenty of times in the past, and that's why we just want to be preventative. So I would recommend this one and this one goes, since they're already babies, and we just whip around and deal with that system right there. Again, if the storm drain is going to be installed in this area, it'd be recommended to be properly bedded in gravel. The bottom of the excavation pit have tarping, and of course everything can mechanically tamped, seeded, and strawed upon completion so to prevent erosion. So my proposal will entail excavation services, daily rates with hourly plus, or the installation of the recommended options which have been mentioned on this video. That's what we got.